Hello, everybody, and welcome to Athletic Definition. My name is Coach Ray Z, and thank you for being here. Thank you for listening in. Today, I'm going to be talking about Popeye and how to be strong like him. I think pretty much everybody knows it has to do with spinach. So I'll be talking about that. But first, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody listening in. I appreciate the support. I believe this is episode 93. Endurance athlete, basically. I've completed 56 marathons, and then I also do jujitsu, blue belt in that currently. And I like to play basketball. Hopefully, I get to go back and do some 3-on-3 Nike tournament like I did prior to COVID. And I stumbled upon Fireside, and I've always wanted a podcast. I've always known through all the different like boxing and running people's stories, their athletic story, what motivates me. That they have they don't have like trainers or dietitians and a strength coach and a speed coach and then a mobility coach and then a mental coach and everything like that. The benefits of a pro athlete, and they come like with some adversity in their life, and they turn it around, and I'm fascinated to find out how they do it, and hopefully by people listening to that they get inspired to start working out. And with I think close to 100 episodes, I'm sure you'll find most of them are with guests, and they come and they tell their story. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm working on booking some new guests. My schedule has been crazy, so when when I don't have guests scheduled, I just do a show, and I watch this show called Food Theory on YouTube. And uh, because I'm going to talk about spinach, I thought I would do a joke about it, but I decided I had to toss it out. And that was my one attempt at a joke. There won't be any more of those. All right. So, as I was looking into Popeye, if anyone like Popeye, let me know. You're welcome to come up here and share your Popeye story. But Eugene the Jeep, which I completely forgot until I was looking into it, Eugene the Jeep, they say that that's where the military got the name for the actual Jeep. Uh, Popeye was, quite the icon. He's done a lot. He has a website, an official website, and I was on it trying to confirm some stats that I found. I'll actually see if while I'm talking, I'm gonna get the video link. I watch this guy named Food Theory, and this one, it's basically about Popeye the Sailor Man, and spinach, and let's see here. Uh, no, I don't have the link. I'll tell you the name though. Uh, all right. Sorry about that. Okay. So before, I think pretty much to this day, Popeye has like his own spinach cans and his products, and he was like one of the first to get like a statue uh, somewhere, and he's as far as a fictional character, and and everyone I think pretty much sees him as ambassador for spinach, and he's pretty much. But before that, that the whole idea of spinach being good for you, and when you compare it, and this all I got all this information from one video, like I mentioned. I'll give you the name right now. It's called, if you want to look it up on YouTube, it's called "Skip the Salad, Eat Some Chocolate," and it's Food Theory. Uh, I'll see if I could pin the link here, but so he starts talking about this guy named Eric von Wolf in the 1870s. He's a chemist, and he's the one who came up with the idea that spinach was good. And the reason he came up with it is because he got his math wrong, basically, from my understanding. And he put that spinach had 35 grams of iron. Everyone then believed that it was good for you. For some reason, it took most, I guess, other scientists to took him like 60 to 65 years to figure out he was wrong in his math. And everyone just kind of started believing it. and so then here comes Popeye along, after he gets his break, because he started off in some like little, I think, like cartoon comic, and then he ended up getting his own, and then he just kept blowing up from there. But so everyone thought that he was eating spinach because of the iron, but on now this I couldn't confirm. I tried to find it on his website, but according to what the food theory guy says, that Popeye's first reason that he claims that he's eating spinach is because of vitamin A, not because of iron. So when you compare spinach to kale and other like popular green, it's good. But then when you compare it to dark chocolate, as far as like iron, I think iron is like 66% dark chocolate, like those 85 to 90 all the way to 100 dark cocoa chocolates. Those, and by the way, this is not nutritional advice. This is just entertainment purposes. So, uh, you know, but there is benefits to it, and so the dark chocolate is when you compare it to spinach, because what they do is, now with food being able to be like to have it year round when it's not in season, they freeze it, and so you actually get more nutritional value from eating frozen spinach, because like roughly I think it loses like 50% of its value within 8 days. And technically fresh produce can be considered, I think it's like 10 months. So it probably doesn't stay 10 months, but it's by the time it goes into your stomach, it's just pretty much like some water and leaves. Basically, there it's lost its value. And then he also breaks down that not only what you consume, but then it has to be able to go into your body. Like your body has to be able to like digest it properly as well. So it's a very interesting, funny video. The way he edits, he's very popular. Maybe you guys have heard of him. If you have, he's and so he did a bunch on fast food, and he has a kid now, and so he's trying to eat more healthy. So he's been doing a lot of like healthy videos. So I'll probably be trying to do more reviews, because he has some interesting ones here. I'm talking about, if you've ever watched Food Theory, it's called Skip the Salad and Eat Some Chocolate. And when I watched it, it's really about Popeye the Sailor Man and spinach, and how everybody pretty much seen him as an ambassador, and he is an ambassador for spinach. But when you break it down, it doesn't really make you strong, unfortunately. So I really don't know how Popeye got that strong, besides him being a sailor. But going back to the cartoons and on the official website, he kind of looked like he always had that figure. He was always big. So I think part of it was a physique, just like genetics. He was already born a big guy, and then he worked out after that. I it's not spinach, although I like it. When I was younger, I didn't like spinach. Now that I'm older, I like omelets with spinach. I could To get the nutritional value that it says on the bag of spinach, you have to eat the whole bag, which I could do. The average, I think, serving of spinach is like 1 cup. So that nutritional value, and then I mentioned it's who knows how long it's been like in a freezer to get to you, so that you can eat it and consume it. But if anybody wants to check out that video, it's only like really like 14 minutes long. It's entertaining. He does really quick edits, and he really gives you a lot more details. I watched the video like probably all day today, so I see if I could memorize the key points and just come out and freestyle the show. Not freestyle it completely, because I watched it over and over again. But I seen it before, but I was busy doing some other shows. As I mentioned, I typically have guests. So if you haven't joined me for that, you can check out past episodes right here on Fireside. I believe this is episode 94, 94 or 93. You can also find me on YouTube, all the social media. Uh, And if anybody does like Popeye or didn't like Popeye the cartoon and wants to come up and share their Popeye, or if you like spinach or don't like spinach, you can also come up here and talk to me about that. Uh, uh, and earlier, for those of you joining, thank you. I appreciate it. Earlier, I mentioned that, which I completely forgot until I was researching this. Popeye Jeep, the military, they think that there's no confirmation, but it looks like Jeep for the military Jeep. They must have liked Popeye and got the idea, and they started calling that Jeep a Jeep, and that's how they say they got the name. And that's all included on the food theory. Skip the salad, eat some chocolate, and it was fascinating. He probably likes chocolate. I'm not a really chocolate fan at all, to be honest. Um, but I will eat some here and there. But the one he's talking about, it could be bitter, depending on how, like, for it to be have some health, it could be pretty bitter. I've had the 85 and I think the 95%. It I'm not sure if I've had the 100, but it's too strong for me. I'm not much into a sweet tooth, so it's easier for me to avoid stuff. If I do, I'll do plain old vanilla. But that's that. I yeah, I pretty much just wanted to share that with you and see if anybody wanted to come up and talk about Popeye. As I mentioned, he's. Let me see if I still have the website up. Give you some more facts about him. His timeline. He only had like four characters. Olive oil. I was watching that at one point. Wimpy, because you know how he'd always ask people to borrow, and then he'd pay him back on Tuesday. And I forget what year, but I watched it. I think he finally paid everybody back, and he used Bank of America to pay everybody back, and they did like a little cartoon. Okay, so this is what I mentioned earlier. 1937, Popeye was honored. He got his own statue in. Let's see. It says the spinach capital of the world, Crystal City, Texas. A statue honored. I remember watching Popeye, and some guy would like draw like a little bit of Popeye freestyle. I'm not sure if it was the original guy, and then he would show the cartoon. I remember the movie which had a Robin Williams, which was to me kind of, I could never get into it. It was kind of weird in my opinion. And let's see. Yeah, Popeye's been around for a long time. Well, here's another statue he got right here for those of you in the audience and who watch it on Spotify and YouTube. And oh yeah, here's the movie. The movie with it was 1982, and then he got his arcade game. He he joined the Navy officially in 1941. Uh, he I don't know if it's still there, but it says in 1999 he got his own place in Universal Orlando Studios over there, Universal Studios in Orlando. I've never been over there. I'm in Los Angeles, California. We have Universal Studios, and I've never been there. And I born and raised, never been there. Uh, let's see here. But I do remember watching Popeye. it it was pretty cool to believe that you could just eat something and get all strong and beat up a bully, and you could just beat up the bully and beat up the bully and nothing happens to him, and then he can hit you, and you guys like could bounce off poles, and nothing major ever happens to you. You just get up, and then you have some spinach, and then you're good. Popeye appeared in Google in 2009. So yeah, man, he's had quite the career, and it goes on and on. If you have a chance, you could check out his website. Not getting paid, but since I saw that video, as I mentioned on Food Theory, let me see if it'll pull up here, and then I could link it. It's only like 14 minutes long or less than that, and Now, why won't it come up? Trying to refresh it. So if anyone is interested in watching it, no, it won't let me. All right. Well, tomorrow, I don't know what will be the theme, what will be the subject, but I'll come up with something. I'll have more time to prepare. I was busy with work and other stuff. So tomorrow I have more free time to give you more details on the show. So thank you everybody for joining. I appreciate your support. This is a Coach Ray Z. Um, Next, if anyone's interested, the next event I have coming up is like I think 23 days from now. I'll be running my I think it's number 57th marathon, which will be the Orange County Marathon on May 3rd. I'll be giving a little. I'll be doing a show on that, and then I'll be doing a recap. I've done it before. I haven't done it, prior to COVID. I deferred it for like maybe the last 2 years. So I'm looking forward to getting back to the OC Marathon. I think it seems like it's been like 4 years since I've done it, and I've been doing it for a while. Here's a medal from 2015 finishers medal. So, if anyone does want to do it and they're in the OC, you can get a discount using Ray Runs 10. I'm an ambassador for the OC Marathon, and that's for the kids run, that the half marathon, the full marathon. I'll be there, and then we can meet at the beer garden and celebrate with the beer and till the next one. After that, I have a scheduled the Lake Tahoe Triple, which is 3 marathons in 3 days. That's in October. I'll be running a marathon Friday, then Saturday, then Sunday. I'm gonna try and figure out how I can still do shows. It'll be my second time doing it. I did it once before. It was the most difficult thing I had done up to that point, and because it was a challenge, I wanted to do it again. And then after that, if I Lake Tahoe is beautiful. It was my first time there, and I was there maybe like total, I think 4 days. But in those 4 days, I saw more than the average person because I basically ran around the whole lake, a different segment each day. So I ran one part of the lake. The next day they bused us to this basically where we ended the next day, and then from there we ran. So I ran from like California to Nevada because it's part of the course, and then you end again, and then they I think I don't remember the ending for that one if they bus you back or not, and then the same thing again, they bus you the next morning, and there's more people. Maybe like on Friday and Saturday there's like 100 marathoners, and who knows, it could be less now after COVID. And then Sunday's like the big race. They actually close down the street because Friday and Saturday the streets aren't closed. You're just running along the road, and there's support here and there. I don't really remember too much. I GoPro'd the whole thing. I'm gonna edit it and put it on YouTube, of course. Um, but then the last day, it's there's maybe 1,000 to 3,000 people running in the Lake Tahoe Marathon. So even though you're dead, you're tired, you just want it to end, everything hurts, you just find the energy. And I finished it, and it like I said, it was so challenging that I want that physical challenge one more time, and then I'll look. I've heard of Florida has 8 marathons in 8 days, so that definitely piqued my interest when I heard about that. So I'll be looking into that as well and sharing my journey along here with everybody as well. So thank you once again. I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time zone for Athletic Definition. My name is Coach Razy. Thank you.